Guys, I have to say that I am so proud to be an American today. After the speech I heard last night from Ivanka Trump and Donald Trump, it's so refreshing to know that there are people that want to make this country great and keep this country great. Now, I've always loved America, and I've always been proud of America. But this administration that's been in the White House for the last 7.5 years has done what I believe everything in its power to rip this country apart. From leaving Israel out as a kind of like an outsider, and being a Muslim apologist, apologizing every time that a Muslim commits crimes in this country, taking the side of these people in the Middle East, Obama bowing to kings in Saudi Arabia, which an American president never ever should do. It's unbelievable with weak leadership what happens to a country. We are more divided, I believe, than we were in the 1950s and 60s, in the civil rights movement in the 60s. We are more divided now, I believe, than we ever were then. So what is the reason for that? Well, it all trickles down from the top, guys. That's exactly what's going on. He doesn't really have love for law enforcement. I don't believe that he loves law enforcement. Obama is who I'm speaking of. But I gotta say, I feel like I know Donald Trump more than I ever have after his family spoke about him. You can tell a lot about a man by how his kids are. Now, that's not always true. Of course, there are a lot of good people whose kids have ended up doing bad things. But as an overall general compass, you can kind of get an idea of a man's morals and the way he was by looking at his children. And I got to tell you, those are some great kids. But I'm just so glad that somebody loves this country enough. And I really, really do believe with all my heart that Donald Trump really wants to be president to help this country and to make things better. He doesn't need the money. Compared to what he would get paid at the White House is nothing compared to what he makes what he does now. So it's not for the money. And he's already famous. So, I really believe that Donald Trump in his heart wants to make this land great again. Now, if Hillary Clinton were to get in, it will affect us probably for the next 40 years. This election is pivotal. If Hillary Clinton gets in there, if she gets 2 terms, if she would get in there and get 2 terms, she would probably be able to appoint 3 Supreme Court justices. 1 guaranteed, and up to as many as 3 in that 8-year term. Now, they will be totally left-wing liberals, and instead of doing what they're supposed to do, they will interpret law, which is not what the Supreme Court is there for. Okay, and our Second Amendment will be null and void. They will say that doesn't apply to this day, and it's no longer in effect, and we will not be able to protect ourselves, I believe, not even in the home. Hillary Clinton doesn't even believe that in the home you have a right to protect yourself. So that idea right there would be going out the window. But I'm telling you guys what, we are on a path to destruction if Hillary Clinton gets in there. I believe it'd be 4 more years of Obama and even worse. Here's something I wanted to talk about. This kind of cracked me up. I watched this the Republican National Convention. It's right by me in Cleveland, and the speakers they had and everybody. It was just an amazing thing. All these 4 days. It was amazing the last 4 days. I just couldn't believe how it was. I was just totally glued to it. Well, let me tell you who the Democratic side. This is their mindset. This is their mentality. Hillary Clinton is having Michael Brown's mother speak at the Democratic National Convention that happens in Philadelphia next week. Now, this is so the mentality of the left. Michael Brown was nothing but a criminal. He committed a strong-arm robbery, choked an old man inside the store, and that was all on video, and then wrestled with a cop and fought a cop for his gun while the cop was still seated in a car, was found by Obama and Eric Holder's Justice Department the policeman was found to be not guilty And still these people want to act like that the police did something wrong here. Darren Wilson, who shot Michael Brown, had never even drawn his gun or had a shooting up until that point in his entire law enforcement career. So I don't know where these people, I don't know what's going on here. What it is it's trying to get black votes. Hillary Clinton is trying to get black votes, and I think it's going to hurt Hillary Clinton to have Michael Brown's mother on there. Let me tell you a little bit about Michael Brown's mother. That was the one that stood there after Eric Holder's Justice Department found that Darren Wilson wasn't guilty, and they screamed, "Burn this," some kind of language they use, explicit language they use, but burn this place down, burn it down, and that's exactly what they did. The people burned the town down, pretty much. Right, the town they lived, that black people owned the businesses, and they burned it all down. Yeah, a lot of good that did. Well, Michael Brown's mother, after he was shot, also committed armed robbery and was charged with a felony because they went to a parking lot where 3 people, and one was Michael Brown's grandmother on the father's side, was selling T-shirts and things that had his name on it. And the mother and it wasn't even the stepdad, he wasn't even married to her, but the mother and the other guy just they brought people and they beat up the people that were selling the shirts and the other items, and said you have to have what was it, some kind of paperwork stating that you can use his name or something. So she ended up getting armed robbery, just like the son did before he was shot, and grand theft, or I don't think it was grand theft, but theft, and but it was armed robbery. So this is typical left. This is how they think. This is how they work. Guys, I'm telling you, we got to stop this. We can't let that mentality get into the White House. Michael Brown's mother is nothing but a criminal thug, just like her son. And for them to let her speak is such a slap in the face to every single law enforcement on the face of this country. And I'm telling you what, guys, it really is such a deplorable act of disrespect. All right, guys, until next time, this is H4T, and I'm out.